a block. The kicker to beat inside of him. He's got the speed. He's going to go all the way. Pressure comes. They get to him. He's down back at the 22-yard line. No big rough. Blocked. It was blocked. Touchdown, Oregon!
Oregon football with Mike Bellotti.
Back to throw the ball. Steps up, going to run now. Inside, you scored! Dylan Clemens with his third touchdown of the day on the keepers.
Holy smokes, are you kidding me? What a day in Pullman, Oregon football with Mike Bellotti, Joe Johnsante, and the coach. Man, I don't know if I've seen a better fourth quarter ever. That was amazing.
Pretty amazing fourth quarter. Of course, we had to because we put ourselves in such a hole. We continually overcame our mistakes, which I'm very pleased about. It was a very gritty performance by a group of kids that would not be denied. We didn't play our best game on defense, didn't play our best game on special teams, but the offense stepped up time after time and just converted plays and actually, regained some yardage we lost on some penalties, which I was not pleased with, but very proud of. 650
yards of offense. They couldn't stop you. It was unbelievable. Tim Day had 8 catches in the second half alone. They could not stop the Oregon Ducks.
Well, Kellen Clemens came to play. I've been under a lot of pressure. Some of it self-induced lately. Demetrius Williams stepped up. Terrence Whitehead stepped up. Tim Day stepped up. And some of it, we forced that issue. We just said we got to go to these guys. We got to make them playmakers. We talked a lot about that. We got some interceptions on defense. It was a game in which I didn't think the other team was going to beat us, but I thought we might beat ourselves.
I called it before the game. I called it the Mount St. Helens game, that all the pressure was building up and it was going to go.
Something's got to erupt.
And it went. I mean, your team really erupted in the game. And you felt it coming, didn't you?
Well, I hoped it would be coming. I felt like we were capable of doing that. We've talked a lot about we're very close on some plays, whether it be protection or just the pass itself or the route itself, and those things tend to work itself out. But you got to believe, you got to have confidence. I stressed this week just confidence in what we're doing, who we were doing it with, that they would come through and make plays for us, and the kids did. And I think it's a vindication for them more than anything else. It's just that they're capable of doing it. Now, we know what they're capable of doing. We have to expect it. I expect it every week.
Now, we have a lot of great highlights, so we're going to get right to it right now and talk about this game as we go along. But there are so many highlights in this game. We got to get to it, Coach. It rained all night, but good break to have a nice day.
Yeah, it was. It was raining like heck and loud, and I thought, oh, my gosh. And then it cleared up. It was a beautiful day.
And the crowd, sold-out crowd, their students made a little bit of noise, but nothing like Autzen Stadium. Didn't seem to be a factor for your team at all.
No, I'd like to say it was because we jumped off sides a bunch of times, both on offense and defense, primarily on offense, but here's the first play of the game, unfortunately.
And they get a big home run ball, good field position so you can take a shot and they get it.
Yeah, got play action, we got fooled on the play action. We were offsides anyway, so it would have been a free play for them in that regard.
So the Ducks settle it down 7-0. Clemens now to Demetrius Williams for 7 yards, and Oregon with their own big play at the front of this football game.
Up under center at the 27, and again, back to hand it off, and outside, and room. 30, 40, if he's got some speed, he'll get away. 50, down to the 40, to the 30, and Whitehead's going to pull out of bounds finally all the way down at the 20-yard line.
Nice job by Terrence Whitehead. Nice job blocking up front, but this play was designed to go inside. He reads the outside man, comes down. Once you see that pressure right there, bounces it out, and now it's off to the races. We've got the angles inside. And Terrence shows good speed here. He's really improved his speed and his own willingness to trust his speed.
Cougars had a good angle there, but a great play all the way down to the 20-yard line. After a short gain and a penalty, though, a big 3rd and 11 coming up for the Ducks, trying to keep this response drive alive.
Clemens under center at the 21 now, and back to throw. Pressure comes, he throws, it is, what a grab by Coleman! Holy cow, inside the 10, first down, out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
This ball was thrown a little bit high. Kellen tried to put a little touch on it, and Cameron, as he came out of his break, realized he wasn't going to be able to get 2 hands on it, so he reaches up with one hand. It's a great catch, and I thought this really ignited us for the entire day. That catch right there, because it's a huge 3rd down conversion, kept the drive alive, but eventually led to the responsive score.
I about came out of the booth on that one. What a great catch. And then Clemens to Whitehead. Shovel pass continues to work.
Yeah, we just find ways to do it, just camouflage it, and use it a good play in our repertoire.
Whitehead for another one, so it gets down to the 1-yard line, and it's 4th and goal from the 1. Oregon now looking for the tie.
Offset eye in the backfield. And Clemens under center at the 1. With a snap, back to throw, play fake, looks right, rolls right, gonna try to keep it, and he will dive it into the end zone.
This is a nice play call, but a great effort by Kellen Clemens. He comes out, the play fake initially holds the backer inside. Here's a run pass option. The guy is covered in the back of the end zone. Kellen's little pause right there, a little change of speed, juke move. Again, Will Durning is a tough guy to beat in the open field. Kellen does it.
Yeah, he might have just beat the best linebacker in the Pac-10.
Yes.
I mean, that's just a great play by Kellen Clemens. 9 plays, 80 yards to tie it up. They traded punts. The Cougars have it at the 41. Jerome Harrison for 29 yards down to the Oregon 30-yard line. And within striking distance again, they certainly thought they could get a good matchup here with Jason Hill coming into the game.
Yeah, and they got it initially. His speed was too much for us in that regard, and we needed to adjust our coverage, adjust our personnel.
After that, Coach, you just couldn't seem to get any good field position. I think that people don't, watching the game or whatever, the wind was really blowing.
Yeah, we were into the wind. They were gaining on every punt. We were losing on every punt simply because the wind was gusting up to 20, 30 miles an hour at times.
Incomplete to Colvin, and then David Dittman goes back to punt it. This is going to be a 36-yard punt coming up. With that win, that was a really good punt.
Yeah, he mishit a couple, but this one was a good punt that hung up there, and we got a good chance. Nice job in coverage down the field of Sam Hughes.
Cougars take over on the short field. Big defensive series in this game. Swagger on 3rd and 6. They get 7 yards and a first down right here, but that's going to be it on this drive. So the next 3rd down, Jerry Matson's going to stop Chris Bruin. I thought this was huge in the game.
Yeah, again, you got to get a couple stops on defense. You have to get the momentum, and just for the confidence of the defense and the entire football team.
Forced the field goal attempt, 46 yards on the kick. It had plenty of leg, but you'll see it just barely misses. No good. Ducks finally get the good field position with the miss as well. Good job by the D. And we're looking at 21-7, but instead they're 14-7 and right in the football game. So good first quarter, settle down, your team moving the ball and feeling confident.
Yeah, other than giving up the 2 bombs. Again, you just can't give up plays. We're not that good a team right now to do that. And we were moving the ball offensively. I thought we started off a little slow, but gained some momentum. That response drive, as we talked about, was huge for the trust and confidence of the football team.
And you made a defensive adjustment. We'll talk about that in the second quarter. Oregon and the Cougars coming up. Ducks start to pick it up in big chunks against Washington State. A sign of things to come as Oregon's offense starts to hit it into high gear. What a game this was. More of it to come on Oregon football with Mike Bellotti coming up right after this.
This Oregon Sports program is brought to you by Jerry's Home Improvement and Pacific Continental Bank.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Oregon with a big win in Pullman. Let's get right to it. Second quarter action. Ducks trailing this one 14-7. And start out on the 35. Oregon with the football. And Clemens with a great run here and some good hustle downfield as well, though, to get the fumble. Marcus Maxwell right behind the play.
Yeah, great job. Great job initially by Kell. That ball, I think his knee was down, to be honest with you, before the ball came out, but they did not rule it as such. And luckily, Marcus was right there to make the play.
Here's another look at it. Our replay certainly showed that his knee was down on the play, but it's a tough day when you go on the road. A lot of flags and some tough calls for the Ducks yesterday.
Yeah, there weren't a lot that broke our way. But again, here, as you can see, nice job by Kellen. This should get this thing started. His knee goes down there, then the ball is hit out. He was down, obviously, prior to contact. Unfortunately, the officials missed it.
Drive did break down there, though. There was big pressure coming from the Cougars. They got a little bit of outside pressure with 5 sacks on the day. Clemens on this play going back and maybe holding a little too long. Then he gets sacked, fumbles, and they get the ball.
Absolutely. That's a mistake. We talked to Kellen about that. He's got to just understand when to throw the ball away, when to tuck it and run and get back to line of scrimmage. That was way too much time to hold the ball in the pocket.
So they got it, but the Oregon defense going to get it right back.
Swagger on second down and 12 to throw. Looks, pumps, hit as he's thrown, and it's intercepted. Here we go the other way. Gibson with a 1 block to the 45 to the 40. Reverses field. Penalty flag is down as he's tripped up at the 30-yard line, and another penalty flag down.
Great play here again. I'm not sure where Schwager was throwing it. He got hit just as he was trying to release it. Sort of double clutches it there and then throw it out. Aaron Gibson seemed to be the apparent receiver. Does a great job with it. They actually clip our guy in the back. They take a shot at Haloti, not his knees from behind, which was a really dangerous play in my opinion. The official saw it and flagged it. We got great field position and nice momentum.
Yeah, Haloti was very slow getting up, but he's okay. He
yes.
played later in the game, so that was good to see. So first down at the 15-yard line. Clemens to Whitehead and moves it back, so now it's 1st and 15 after the penalty, and we'll talk more about penalties as we go. But great play here, shovel pass again on the goal line, They had 2 weeks to work on it, still couldn't stop.
Yeah, well, we camouflage it pretty well. We do it from different sets to different people, and so it's worked. Great run there by Terrence White. Great job of making Will Dirty miss again in space.
18 yards down to the 2-yard line, and we're going to take another look at this one because it sets up Oregon inside the 5 in the red zone where you were very good yesterday, but a little shake and bake.
Yeah, again, that's a great linebacker. He's not able to tackle him in space. And Terrence is playing just at such a high level now. I'm just so excited by what he's doing.
And that sets up perfectly for number 11 at the 2-yard line.
On second and goal, and back to throw. Pretty good time. Looks. Now will run and easily walk into the end zone. Kellen Clements with his second touchdown of the day.
Nice job by Kellen here. Good protection. This is a play-action route. And Kellen, it's 1, 2, and then run, or look at your third receiver. And the third receiver is right over the middle. Kellen's eyes come down to him, finds that there's nobody in his way, so he decides to run in the end zone, which I'll take.
There's nobody there at all, and Ducks moving the ball pretty easily right now. 14 all. I shouldn't say easily because never easy, but efficiently. 14 all. Incomplete. They had a penalty as well as he goes for Bumpus here. They had some big plays in this game as they go down the field, and a great play by Justin Finney.
Yeah, really nice defensive football play. Playing in perfect position, knocks it with the correct hand, does a great job.
2nd and 20. They run the ball. Harrison going to pick up 17 yards. They get him out of bounds right there. So a big 3rd and 3 coming up. And Swagger going to throw this one and incomplete to Jordan, so Oregon gets it back. And at this point, their only offense was a long run and the 2 long passes.
Yeah, we had done a nice job. They hadn't completed anything but the 2 long bombs. And again, we were being subject. Our pass rush, I wasn't completely happy with it all day long. They picked on us with the draw play a little bit, but we didn't do a nice job of getting out of the end zone, hit Demetrius here on the quick pass.
Yeah, starting from their own 4, and Williams for 8 yards. And then on 3rd and 2, Garen Strong. Nice catch.
Great catch, because that tip ball could have gone either way, obviously, and he makes good concentration catch.
A couple of short gains, and then a 3rd and 6, the quick hitter for 7 yards for Terrence Whitehead. That's preparation right there, picking out a good play.
Well, again, I thought we had a great game plan this week, and again, we executed it, and Terrence, it's not that tough to run up the middle. It's nice blocking up front.
They were blitzing just about on every down as well, so Whitehead picks up the 1st down. Demetrius Williams just heating up.
Center and back on a play fake, straight drop to throw. Chips downfield, it is caught. Williams with a grab and then gets another yard or 2 and down at the Washington State 47-yard line.
Nice job of Demetrius getting the defensive man turned, getting his back to him. Good play fake, holds the line of scrimmage, nice protection. Kellen can set his feet, throw the ball, deliver it. Nice job, and almost shakes this loose, just again with that toe. Again, he's not as good coming out of the break as he would be.
Out to Demetrius Williams again, and finding interesting ways to get him kind of a breakout game even though he was injured, so give him a lot of credit for playing through it. Nate Leobrotten gets on the fumble.
Yeah, thank God. Again, ball security is a huge issue with our wide receivers. It's something we talk about. It's a huge issue with our offensive football team, and something that I'm going to start stapling the ball to their hands if I come out again.
Clemens going to be stacked on the next play, Coach. It's an 11-play drive for 50 yards. No points, but I thought this was one of the biggest drives of the game, just to move it out from the 4 and get field position.
Yeah, we did that, certainly. And again, Kellen, we talked about this. This is a chance where he has to just hang on the ball, and he did not try to throw it away down the field. And so he's improving. It's not what we wanted, but it was better to turn it over.
They go back to the ground. Bruin for no gain. Ramon Reed on the stop. And then they're going to go to the air. Incomplete to Trandon Harvey. Hey, Coach, a 3-and-out here. I know this is be a surprise to people. 9 3-and-outs or less in this game for your defense. That's a big number.
It is. And again, we played very good defense with the exception of a couple of big plays, and that's a frustrating thing, both on the ground and versus the air. That's where they got their yards.
Efficient drive to end the half. Clemens to Williams for 7. And then to Cameron Colvin for 13 yards on 3rd and 8. Nice catch there. Overcoming a penalty, so 1st and 10 at the Cougar 46.
Receiver patted again and straight drop back to throw with time. Throws it downfield. It is caught. Sliding down at the 22-yard line of the Cougars, Demetrius Williams.
Nice job again. Good protection, first of all. This is a double move route by Demetrius. And you see again, just a straight drop back, little half roll. Quarterback setting up the pocket and set his feet. Fire the ball down there where only Demetrius can catch it. Cradles the ball in. Makes the catch.
12 catches, 126 yards playing through that injury. And then Clemens to Whitehead for 5 yards. Nice little flip there, and Terrence just all season playing at a very high level.
Yeah, just doing great things with the ball in his hands. We're excited, and we've got to find ways to feed him.
And you get it back to him here again on a throwback, and picks up 18 more. I thought he was going in on this one.
Yeah, he does a great job here. This guy catches Will Dirting again. Very fast linebacker, but big yardage for the first down.
Big play in the game coming up here. We're going to take a look at this again. Then we'll have that touchdown that was called back. But nice play. He sold it real well this time.
Yeah, type of throwback screen. It timed up much better. Got the defense to respond as we wanted. That's 101 on that outside. Nice block there. Again, Terrence makes that first guy miss. I think he thought he was off the races a little bit. You can see Dirty coming from that backside.
So it's a first down. Clemens going to go to the air, looks out to Dante Rosario. A little quick throw. Rosario goes in the end zone for the touchdown, but the referee on that side called pass interference on Demetrius Williams. And tough call, Coach.
Yeah, I think it was an incorrect call. That Demetrius turned around, put his hands out in position to catch the ball. We run that route. The linebacker ran into him. That is never called.
Always back to the 24. It was so far away, no camera, they had a shot of it.
I saw it.
On your big, yeah, that far away, it's pretty tough to have that call, so you have to kick the field goal, and it's no good instead. And so that's a tough break.
Well, yeah, it should have been 21-14, and instead we get no points. And yeah, I felt good about the drive, good the way we ended that half. We had momentum, we were moving the football, and again, the biggest team stopping us was not the other team, it was ourselves, in my opinion.
The other thing is that was big, 20.5 minutes of possession. They had 9.5, so starting to wear them down, that's going to pay off a little bit later.
It did, and again, they scored pretty quickly. But again, our offense was moving the football. I think we had 250-plus yards at halftime. We needed more points. I keep saying this. Yards don't mean a thing. Points are what count.
All right, coming up, quick break at half in Pullman. And why in the heck does Oregon have to keep going to Washington State? It seems like every single year. We'll explain that, plus a special day for the Leaf family in Pullman. That and more. Halftime, all tied at 14. Spectacular second half coming up after this with more Oregon football with Mike Bellotti.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, if it appears as if the Ducks always have to go to Pullman for some reason, you'd be almost right. Because of a Pac-10 scheduling quirk, this trip to the pristine Palouse is Oregon's fourth in the last 5 years. And guess what? They have to go again next year, in November. Imagine what that's going to be like. So why does Oregon have to go to Pullman 5 times in 6 seasons? A couple of reasons. First, each Pac-10 team misses another team on the schedule. And when they made the schedule a few years back, that rotation included missing games against regional rivals. So, in order to change that, in other words, to keep Oregon playing the Cougars every year instead of missing them, they had to create a blip in the schedule, flip some teams around, and voila, Ducks and Pullman 5 of 6 years. Now, it is likely under current NCAA legislation that college football will move to a permanent 12-game schedule, and Pac-10 teams will play all other 9 teams each season. So after next year, we'll get back to the traditional alternating home sites against conference teams. Now, it was an interesting day for at least one family in Martin Stadium yesterday, the Leaf family, with torn allegiance. Brady Leaf, Oregon's third-string quarterback and first-team holder, made his first appearance at Martin Stadium as a Duck, a stadium where his brother Ryan is a legend for leading the Cougars into the Rose Bowl. Ryan watched his brother from the Washington State sideline and kept a pretty low profile. His parents went through what the Harringtons went through a couple of weeks ago. Half Duck, half Cougar. Brady, by the way, doing a great job as Oregon's holder after the departure of Johnny DeRocher. All right, on to this week's internet poll question. Which is the best, most memorable comeback win for Oregon over the last 5 years? Was it Saturday in Pullman? Great rally at the end to win at 41-38. What about last year's game against Cal, which saved the 2003 season? Maybe the Desert Miracle, getting 14 points in the final 3 minutes to send it to overtime against Arizona State, or the 33-30 triple overtime game against USC in 1999. Place your vote at chambersports.com or go to our flagship website at kzi.com. Click on sports and cast your vote. We'll have the results next week following the Arizona game. All right, when we come back, a record-setting day for the Ducks, many of those coming in an unbelievable offensive performance in the second half, included the big tight end Tim Day, the third quarter, and much more next on Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to jump right into the third quarter because we had an unbelievable fourth quarter coming up and some special things at the end that you're going to want to stick to your TV for. You will not want to miss the end of the show today. A great moment after this game. So Cougars start out with the ball. Their best drive of the day, Coach. Broom for 17 yards.
Yeah, again, sort of a draw play. got us a little bit in our pass rush.
Swagger to Chris Jordan. Looking downfield, they just throw this one up and they get it. 51 yards.
Yeah, it's a heck of a play.
Great
nice
catch.
throw by the quarterback. Great catch by the receiver. We had him covered until he just veered off his path, made a great catch.
Harrison for a yard on the outside. He got maybe more work than we thought he would get.
He's fast. I'll tell you what, he gives their offense some quickness and speed, and you got to count for him.
And then over the top he goes, gets the ball across the line before it comes out. Pretty close.
Pretty dangerous. You would get it or it's our ball.
3:03 on the clock is all that came off. 8 plays, 80 yards, and then Oregon coming back. Clemens to Williams for 19 yards, and then another look at Demetrius playing through that injury.
Yeah, and this is a great route by Demetrius, double cover. A great throw by Kellen Clemens. Perfectly thrown over the top, just drops it in there, and back into the sun, so it's a great catch by Demetrius in terms of keeping his focus on the ball.
Does come back and going to go to Tim Day, and so clearly a adjustment there of going to Tim Day. What did you talk about at halftime as far as getting him the ball?
Well, this was actually a hot situation where he had to get the ball. He was the guy we go to, but we also talked about forcing the ball to him. I talked to Andy actually in the half about going to him repeatedly, play after play, because I felt that he was ready to break out and do some things.
They couldn't cover him. Whitehead had 8 yards, and then 3rd and 2, incomplete, so you have to punt the football, and big stand by your defense coming out. One of those 9 3-and-outs that we talked about. And how about Jackie Bates? Talk about his play and that adjustment with Jackie Bates.
Big time play. We brought him in after the second series. He did a great job. This is a huge open field tackle, again, for anybody, but especially a true freshman. Does a great job here. Nice shake. That guy's got speed, as we talked about, and Jackie makes a sure open field tackle.
So did you move Aaron Gibson over and blanket Jason Hill, and then Jackie play the other side?
Yes, basically is what we did. Although it didn't always work out that way, but that was our intent.
Here's an example of it. The ball goes out to Hill. It was out of bounds, and 2 guys out there, safety in a corner. And so that was the adjustment that Oregon made defensively. Hill didn't have another catch the whole day.
No, it was pretty awesome, and Aaron told me he would do that. He promised me on the sideline. I said, all right, that's awesome.
He's one of the stars of the day, even though the numbers might not show it. And then Terrence Whitehead up the middle, 17 yards, goes over 100 yards on the day, and we're early in the 3rd quarter.
He knew he should have been in the end zone on that play, just started to cut before he saw anything. Unfortunately, disaster strikes would get brought down from the backside, and again, Dante luckily makes the tackle. His man is the guy who knocks the ball out of Kellen's hands. He secures the tackle, at least saves an apparent possible touchdown.
At that point, you're feeling maybe a little snake bit, but the defense comes right back with their own big play.
Go deep. Got a long time, and here's down, wide open downfield. It is intercepted. Oregon's got it. It is Finney.
Nice job by Justin. He's playing sort of center field here, sees the ball, and again, I'm not sure what Swagger saw. He's not under too much pressure, throws the ball down the field, and Justin came from the middle field, in the middle center field position, does a great job getting at the highest point, and again, huge turnover just because it got the ball right back for him.
Such a big play there, and Clemens going to go back, and dangerous, but he gets it out there to Demetrius for 7 yards.
Very dangerous, and again, not overall. I don't want to see that again. And I don't want to see Demetrius run backwards either. I want to go forward.
That was a 50-yard run for a 7-yard gain. Sets up a 3rd and 1, and a sneak here, tough spot. Official on the near side had it as a first down, but the other guy spotted the ball.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I had tremendous problem with that. Then we get a great punt that is fumbled out of bounds and almost get a chance for us to get the football. And it is called back because they say that we weren't on the line of scrimmage. That's a difficult thing. We're in the same formation we've been all day long.
And so they move it back, and then this happens, and at this point, you just can't believe it, that those mistakes, the result of them were just magnified.
Yeah, it's very discouraging. You have a huge field position change, and then a momentum change in terms of not only did not punt the ball, but they score a touchdown. So again, very frustrating. And at that point in time, I went to the team and said, we're going to win. I went to each group and said, each coach, we're going to win this football game. Let's just get our heads straight and go.
From an emotional standpoint, it's tough for a team to come back from something like that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That had to be a huge low point, I'll tell you. That's why I went and talked to him at that time. And again, we're just going to work out. We talked about working the drill, continuing to just do the things we knew we could do, get the ball outside, get the ball Terrence inside, just move the pocket. Nice job here on the run by Kellen. This time again gets down after getting the first down, and they see it, so it's good.
Ducks are really starting to move the ball at will right now.
Back to throw again. Downfield, it is Tim Day with a grab, and inside of the 20-yard line.
Nice job again. Nice protection, nice throw, nice catch, nice route to set it up. You see again, sprinting, looking for the possible throwback. Almost tipped, just barely was tipped by Dirty, but great concentration by Tim Day to haul in that football.
Then Terrence Whitehead on the carry. He's going to pick up 5 yards right here. So Oregon, I should say, on the shovel pass again as he picks his way, uses the referee as an extra blocker.
Yeah, we need the umpire to block a little bit longer on that play.
Another one sets up 4th and 4 at the 14, down by 13. Of course, going to go for it. And this is a huge play in this game because you got to get it, and he does.
Absolutely. And again, there wasn't a lot to spare, but nice job by Kellen to, again, put his shoulder down, get the necessary yardage.
Quarter ends after this play here as we watch Kellen on the replay. And as we watch it, coach, 130 yards of offense in the quarter, 31-14 on time of possession. It's a huge margin, and this play sets you up for the comeback.
Yeah, you know, moving the football again, we just have to make sure that we keep them out of the end zone and get into the end zone with touchdowns, not field goals.
And as you can see, didn't get it by a whole bunch, but that was the final play of the quarter. And when we return, 4th quarter, Ducks down 13, then 7, then 14, then 10, but never giving up. One of the most exciting 4th quarters in Oregon history as Oregon football with Mike Bellotti continues right after this. All right, everyone, let's get right to the 4th quarter. It's a lot of fun. You're going to love this quarter, and then also stick around for the end of the show. More fun there as well. So get to the 4th quarter, one of the best quarters ever. Started out with a bang.
Bring him up to the line, out of the eye, wide out to the right-hand side. First and goal from the 10, and Clemens back to throw the ball. Play fake, pressure comes. Going to roll right, throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Tim Day, what a catch.
Huge play here by our offense, and huge play by Kellen Clemens, buying the time, continuing to keep his eyes down the field, and Tim Day just creating body position. You see a nice job by the block by Terrence Whitehead to get free Kellen to go outside, keeps his eyes downfield, and Tim just screened himself, used his body there, creates position in the end zone, gets the touchdown.
And a rocket from Keller, 8 catches, 152 yards, all in the second half for Tim Day, 27-21 at this point. Swagger to Chris Jordan for 41 yards. So every time the Ducks pull them close, it seemed like they'd get a big one.
They had a response. They got some big plays. Not a lot of consistent movement, just big plays.
Swagger this time looking for Jordan. 19 yards on the play, and Jordan really stepped up as Jason Hill was taken out of the game by Aaron Gibson. And then to Thompson for fresh legs to the 7-yard line, and then they get the touchdown from 6 yards out.
Yeah, they get a play-action pass and a nice conceived play. We lose a guy underneath in coverage.
Now, because they had an extra point blocked earlier, they got to go for 2. And Holy not actually blocked the previous extra point. They go for 2. And on the throwback, Michael Bumpus just went up and took it home.
Yeah, did a nice job. Nice play by the true freshman. Went up and would not be denied.
14-point lead, backs against the wall.
Whitehead going to go outside across the 15, still on his feet, 20, 25, 30. Going to get it from behind, 40, left side of the 50, and out of bounds at Washington State 45-yard line.
Just a tremendous effort run by Terrence Whitehead. Breaks the tackle. Again, initial blocking is awesome at the line of scrimmage to free him up, gets a head start. Now it's one-on-one. Guys got him there, sneaks through. Again, good blocking down the field by our wide receivers, and just a huge play. Terrence is a sore young man today because he did a great deal of work yesterday.
A monster day. 22 carries, 166 yards. Also through the air, 7 catches for 71 yards.
Tremendous. What a contributor.
9 yards on this one. Sets up a 3rd and short, and Clemens to Williams for 6 yards, and their defense really started to look tired here.
Yeah, again, 100 plays, running a game. I think that can wear on a defense.
Incomplete to Maxwell here. It's actually good that it was incomplete. It would have been a lost yard there, but after another incompletion, 4th and 10, going to go for it at the Cougar 30.
Back to the half roll, right to throw. Downfield, Williams is there. He's got it, and out of bounds for the first down inside the 15-yard line.
We went for a lot of 4th downs and got all of them, I think. And there are a couple we were going to go for, but got them on 3rd down. This is a huge play in the game, probably the biggest. I mean, great protection. They bottle him up. Demetrius, nice double move route. And again, perfect throw. Bobbles the ball a little bit right there, but again, has possession when he goes out of bounds.
3 for 3 on 4th down. Here we go again.
From the 12 and back to throw. Half roll left, throw toward the end zone. He's open if he can get there. Touchdown!
Again, nice time for it. Great throw by Kellen Clemens. Great catch by Marcus Maxwell. Super protection. We get pressure late in the throw. But again, this ball has to be thrown perfectly, lofted over the top, thrown to the corner. Again, Marcus has his man beat. Nice catch. Gets the foot down in bounds. Just an awesome play.
That was the second time I almost jumped out of the press box as well, as a great catch and a great throw by Kellen Clemens. So 35-28, 10 plays, 87 yards, 2:16 off the clock on that one. Momentum, well, they get it back with a big run. Harrison for 43. Jackie Bates, that was a big play to stop it.
Game-saving tackle by Jackie Bates. Game-saving tackle.
Thompson for 1 yard. And the reason it's a game saver, Coach, is because they have to the drive stops, they've got to kick a field goal.
Right. They might have scored on that, but they might have scored. He hadn't come off that block.
That was a 3rd and 9, so the field goal attempt is up and it is through. So that makes it 38-28 with 7:36 to go. They probably thought they had it right there. Ducks with the other ideas, though.
Marcus Maxwell inside of him. Back split. Clemens half roll right. Stops and looks back. Wants to go down the middle. There's Tim David to grab. He's got it down across the 50 and finally inside of the 43-yard line.
Nice job again. Great protection. Allows Kellen to set his feet, get a good visual lane, sees the move Tim makes. And again, this is a dart. This is right on the money. Thrown there. Perfect catch in stride. And again, going to ramble for some yardage after the catch.
Ducks are really picking them up in chunks now. Every time going to the plays, it's 9, it's 10, it's 8, all the way down the field. This time it's Whitehead for 9 yards on the shovel pass. It just worked all day long.
Well, it did, and again, we run several other plays that look exactly like that, so it's a nice compliment.
And then Clemens to Maxwell. This is a 3rd and 1 play, so nice catch and an 8-yard gain.
Big play. Nice catch by Marcus. Huge. He really contributed yesterday. His catches were either touchdowns or first downs.
Day, 18 more. They cannot stop you. Almost 300 yards of offense in the 4th quarter.
Well, we needed it.
Needed every single one of those yards. Whitehead on this play for 6 yards. So Oregon just marching it right down the field. Good blocking downfield. And Clemens on this play looking for Marcus Maxwell. 14 more.
Yeah, and again, huge. That was pressure. We actually had a play called to Tim Day on the backside. Kellen went to the front side when it became apparent that he was covered and we had pressure.
From the end zone, it is caught. And guess who? The tight end, Tim Day.
Just, I'll tell you what, that is a super pass and catch. Great move by Tim to separate from the linebacker. Perfect touch pass by Kellen. Great protection up front. You see this ball just turns over. It is put right there where only Tim can catch it. Great extension by him. Great focus and concentration.
Now you pulled it within 4. A lot of talk about this after the game. Decided to go for 2 to make it a 2-point game instead of what might be the safe route, making it a 3-point game. What went into that decision?
Well, the decision was whether we wanted to win or tie. We wanted to win. When you're on the road, a lot of people think you have to play for the win. We decided a field goal. We want to win the game with a field goal rather than tie it and try to get to overtime.
And it would have worked. Kellen just maybe a little, they weren't ready for the play.
They weren't ready. We needed to get that play going a little bit sooner.
So now Oregon with a great chance, down by 4, needing to stop, and they get the fumble on the kick. I couldn't believe it.
Unbelievable. Again, Josh Tomatotson, I think, was the guy that created that fumble. Marcus Binns came up with the ball in the bottom of the pile. And huge play, seemingly.
And then I couldn't believe this even more because they get it right back.
Yeah, ball comes out. I couldn't quite see. It was ripped out in the pile up. And again, just a difficult set of emotions going through your mind. You're so elated about the ball, and then you lose it. And again, we've talked again, you just got to stay the course.
And for the fans, the emotional roller coaster, up and down, but a great series by the defense. Thompson loses 2 yards. Chris Solomona, then on 3rd and 8, incomplete to Jordan, and they have to punt, so you get another chance.
Yeah, defense stood tall right there. That was a huge series for us because we needed to get that ball back.
So here you go, starting at the 40-yard line. Clemens going to go down for a 1-yard loss. Drive doesn't start real well, but it picks it up pretty quick because on 2nd and 11, Tim Day again for 18 more yards.
Catch him coming underneath. He rambles for some more yardage, get the first down. Again, we're toying with the idea of going to our no-huddle offense too, but because we have to score, but we didn't want to take too much time out of the clock. And again, you see Tim coming back against the grain here, left wide open, catches the ball, and then turns it up. Could have got out of bounds. He got the first down and stopped the clock anyway.
Clemens then looking for the freshman, Cameron Colvin, who had 3 catches on the day for 8 yards right here. So everybody contributing.
Yeah, and again, we're getting the ball out of bounds. We weren't in the no-huddle, but we were trying to make sure we took as little bit of time as possible.
Clemens to Maxwell for 7 more, down to the 28-yard line. Clock under 2 minutes to go in the game. 1st and 10.
And this is a hot situation. This is one of these deals where they're blitzing, bringing more people than we can to protect. Tim recognizes it. Kellen recognizes it. Ball comes out quickly to Tim. And again, he's found his hole in the defense there. And again, just a big rambling man.
Oregon used a timeout with 1:30 on 1st down. Incomplete to Colvin. So 1:29 to go. 2nd and 10 on the Cougar 13-yard line. The game in the balance.
Clemens up under center. Rosario behind him. Clemens back to throw the ball. Steps up, going to run now. Inside, you scored! Dylan Clemens with his 3rd touchdown of the day on the keeper.
A great call by Andy Ludwig and his staff. Great execution by the people on the field. This is a designed running play for the quarterback. Actually has a couple options, but chose to keep it himself. Great job here. See the line blocking. Dante Rosario seals the backer, and it's off to the races. The offside guy can't catch him, and I think we all knew he was going to score there.
3 touchdowns running, 3 through the air, 437 yards, no interceptions. What a day. Clear-cut Pac-10 Player of the Week this week. I don't think there's any question about it. So the defense having to hold on now. They only need a field goal now to send it to overtime. And a team that's learned how to win a lot of games, the Cougars, have only lost twice at home in 3.5 years. They had a couple of drops here to help you out.
Yeah, they did. We were trying to stay in some basic coverages and keep the ball underneath us. Had a chance there, but overall, I thought the defense stepped up huge in this series. 3rd and 10 here. The throw goes out, also incomplete. They had a chance, so 4th down and ball game for the Cougars.
Here we go. The play maybe for the win. Defensively get the stop. Back to throw. Swagger looks right. Pressure comes. He throws incomplete. It's over. 54 seconds remaining, and Oregon's going to get the football back.
Well, great victory. And again, unbelievable for this football team. And with all the things we overcame, great series by the defense at the end. Offense just killing the clock now. A lot of fun at that point because a lot of emotions going through it. Washington State's a very good football team. They battled us, and our kids just came back and battled more.
650 yards of offense, 27 fourth-quarter points, 102 snaps, 29 first downs. The offense, the Mount St. Helens game, they erupted into the locker room after the game's over.
This is more like duck football right here. You know, got our first Pac-10 win, and that's what we wanted, so you can't ask more than that.
I think the team just, we were tired of losing, and I think we just basically overcame it and just kept playing hard and gave it all we had, and, good things came out of it.
Things just clicked, really. It was Coach Ludwig prepared an awesome offensive game plan, and then we executed it today. And those guys are phenomenal players. We just able to get them the ball today.
We should be doing things like that, and once we finally put it together, like we've been saying for the last couple weeks, once we put everything together, it's going to be a good day.
My hat's off to Kellen. He had a great game. The receivers were getting open. We were passing the ball a ton. I think we had, 435 yards passing. That's just incredible. Over 200 yards rushing. Terrence was getting loose today. He was making things happen. I heard we had over 100 offensive snaps. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but and the defense, holding them at the end, and it was just a great effort. I'm so proud of my guys and the guys I play with. I don't know what to say.
We needed it, I think, on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, we struggled sometimes in the red zone. I think we scored almost dang near every time we were in there, and the feeling right now is just unbelievable.
Our defense was just intense. I mean, after the offense came off with the fumble, there was no question in our mind we were going to hold them. And so all we were thinking was just focus on keys, get it done, no mental errors as we had earlier in the game. And just get the job done, get them back the ball so they can go down and score.
I feel like definitely this is a really turnaround game for us, and from here we just have to go up from here. We can't go down. We know what we can do now. We're not going to be. People are not going to think that we're not as good because we know we are.
I can't describe it. We fought back, fought hard in fourth quarter. We never gave up, and that's what happened. This is the outcome right here. Now we got to get another one. Take one step at a time. Take one game at a time. We'll be all right.
How about that? A lot of excitement. 13 penalties, but you overcame it, found a way to win. And that was the old Ducks.
Yeah, well, I hope it's
finding the way to win.
Yeah, finding the way to win, and scoring a lot of points, making the conversions when you need to, overcoming adversity. Some of it's self-created. I think this is a good group of kids. As I've said before, I think they have the capacity to be a great football team. We just got to work it one step at a time. We need to get better. Penalties, special teams, and again, we can't give up big plays, explosion plays on defense. We know that. That's what we talk about. We still have to get better at ball security. There's a lot of issues, but we can talk about it from a winning standpoint as opposed to a losing standpoint.
And Arizona coming up. We'll talk a little bit about that next, and then also a little celebration for you when we wrap it up here on Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti. More to come after this. Welcome back, everyone. Coach, one of those special days, one of those rare days that you get when you're a coach. So you're so proud of your guys, I'm sure.
Very proud of the heart, the spirit, and the courage of this football team.
A nice win, and I want to leave you with something, kind of a treat for all you that have been sticking with your Ducks all the way. After the game, in the locker room, very emotional.
Come on, get ready.
That was a great win. And I cannot be happier because I'm so pleased and proud of you guys. But don't make it that tough one on us, okay? That's all I got to say.